Welcome to today's video. I am going to be playing around with some jelly printed paper. I'm going to be doing some collage. I go to St. Agnes and do some sketching. I show you my new favourite art supply shop in Truro in Cornwall. So I really hope that you enjoy today's video. If you haven't visited before, my name is Emma Hundleby. I'm an artist, designer and teacher, and welcome to my channel. I went to St. Agnes yesterday. I had the most fabulous morning. There was a lot of giggling and not a lot of concentrating on the sketching, to be fair. But anyway, I quite like what I produced in the end, even though there wasn't an awful lot of concentration going on. Must try harder. But I've got all these bits of jelly printed papers that I printed this afternoon, and I got a big bag at the other side of the studio with other jelly printed bits and pieces that I've kept. I always keep them for collage, and sometimes I don't necessarily like them as an overall piece of work, but I really like some of the colours on this, and I was thinking they could make some really fabulous little trees. So I just start collaging some pieces and I'm starting to glue them down here. I like the fact that the jelly printed has sort of left some bits that look like fluffy clouds in the sky. I try and make this grey piece of pathway fit, and I get rid of it in a second because, yeah, I'll change it for this one because it looks a lot better. And I'm using Neo colours on top of the jelly printed papers to make marks, to highlight window parts, to add some colour. This is my favourite new art shop. I love coming here. It's got a really nice big choice of different materials and loads of different sketchbooks and art stuff for kids, and yeah, they just got a really good product range, and they've got a lovely little coffee shop with a wood burning stove, which is really cosy, so it's lovely to pop in and have a scone and a cup of coffee and try and not spend too many pennies, which is what I tend to do when I go in here. But anyway, you know, you can never really have enough art supplies, can you? From the little St. Agnes sketch and the little collage that I did last night, I just got this urge to play with some paint, and I don't know where this is taking me. This is just an experiment, so let's see what happens. So I just start to pop on a few different colours, and then I paint some purple paint on top, and while that purple paint's still wet, I scrape in with a empty biro pen. It's a great way of making marks, and it's lovely because you get the different colours from underneath coming through, and then I start to paint the houses in and then use the pen to scrape away some of the paint. I've not been aiming for a finished piece of work. It was just to experiment and try new things, try different ways of representing the image that I drew in St. Agnes. I really enjoyed the jelly print and collaging pieces. There's some where I hadn't maybe rolled the paint out properly and it was slightly streaky. I liked the effect it gave on the windows. I like some of the trees more than others. Kind of quite like these ones where there's a bit of jelly printed paper and there's maybe more than one colour on there. Really like the scratching, putting the colour underneath and then scratching in and then adding layers on top. Yeah, I really enjoyed the scratching into the windows. It just looks very different to this. Both are very playful. There's something about collage that really makes me feel like a kid. I absolutely love it, but I also really enjoyed this. I kind of feel this one looks a little bit better than that one actually, but they're not meant to be resolved pieces of work. They are just meant to be little experiments, and let's see what happens if I do X, Y and Z, and I can see ways of improving it. I could see how I could experiment with it further. So I used a sort of thin biro pen. What if I was to use a thicker tool to scrape back into the paint? I was editing the video and just needed a break, and sometimes I just want to play and I want to be childlike, and I don't want to be too serious about my artwork. I just want to have fun and use bright colours and just be joyful and not overthink and not be too precious, and yeah, just be childlike. So just finishing off this little collage. I went in my box of Gelli printed offcuts, and I just started pulling out some old bits of painted paper and Gelli printed paper, and we've just had fun. Really had fun tonight with these big fluffy yellow clouds and spotty trees, and I like this graph paper in here as well. And I was going to leave these end bits white, and then I thought, no, I think we need some more colour, so that's what I did. I just had a lovely evening of play. I didn't worry about how it was going to turn out. I tried to just get in total child mindset and just play and see which colours I felt drawn to and which ones I found fun and which were my favourite, and I do like a bit of pink, and enjoyed little colouring in of the squares, and yeah, definitely a little bit of a childlike regression, but actually it was just a wonderfully relaxing thing to do and really good for the soul. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a few of my playful experiments. See you again next time.